find the slope of this line, I would like to get this form into this form right here. Y equals mx plus b. So what I need to do is solve for y. All right, so here's what I've got. I've got 2x plus 7y equals 21. Let's remove these x's. All right, so I've got positive 2x, so my plan is to subtract 2x. Now, that'll give me, if I subtract 2x from the left side, 2x minus that 2x is gone, and I get 7y is equal to negative 2x plus 21. Or if you like, you could get 21 minus 2x. I like to write the variables before the constants. Now I'm going to divide by 7. When I divide by 7, I'm going to divide every single term by 7. I'm going to divide this by 7, this by 7, this by 7. So it looks like this. 7 divided by 7 is 1. So I get y equals, now just write it as negative 2 over 7, x plus 21 over 7. I can simplify. Y is equal to negative 2/7 x plus 3. And now what I want is the slope and the y-intercept. So there's the slope right there, the multiplier, right? So the slope is at negative 2/7, all right? Now the y-intercept, this is where the line intercepts the y-axis. And that's going to occur when x is equal to 0, all right? So when x is 0, what do you get here? Y equals negative 2/7 times 0 plus 3. That's gone. So y is equal to 3. There is the y. Well, actually, the y-intercept is here. Here's the y-intercept. The y-intercept is at 0, 3. Okay, that is the y-intercept. It's an actual point. Let's find the slope and the y-intercept of this line. Now, maybe you remember this. If you just have a y, that's going to be y is negative 7, so no matter what the x is, y is negative 7, so you get a horizontal line. And horizontal lines have 0 slope, right? So the slope is 0. Now, what's the y-intercept? The y-intercept, well, the y-intercept is right there, negative 7. So the y-intercept is, okay, I'm at x is 0 and y is negative 7. So to get the y-intercept, x is always 0. Now, what we're supposed to do is graph this equation using the slope and the y-intercept. So let's get this equation here into slope-intercept form, which is y, what is that? Which is y equals mx plus b. There's the slope, there's the y-intercept. All right, so let's start down here. I'll do it down here. 2x minus 3y equals 18. All right, let's eliminate this from this side. So the plan is to subtract 2x. So 2x minus 2x is gone. We'll get negative 3y equals negative 2 over, no, negative, going too faster, negative 2x and then a plus 18. Now, divide by negative 3. All right, negative 3 divided by negative 3 is 1. So I'm going to get y, I'll do it here, y equals, now I get negative 2 over negative 3x plus 18 over negative 3. You know, this thing right here, don't worry about that. That is, you know, you have negative 2x, I'm going to divide it by 3. That's the same if I do this. If I divide the whole thing by 3 or if I just divide the 2 by the 3. Okay, it doesn't matter. That's better for us. So it's going to be negative over negative is positive, so I get y is equal to 2/3 x plus 6. There we go. Got it in the right form. Now let's graph it. This line crosses the y-axis. There's the y-intercept at 6. So 0, 6. So follow it up here to 0, 6. It's right there. And the slope is 2/3. Now, any point. The bottom tells you the horizontal change. The bottom tells you the vertical change. So from that point that we just plotted, the red one, go to the right 3, up 2. To the right and up because these are positive. So I'm going to start here. I'm up at the graph now. To start at that point, I'm going to go to the right 3, up 2, and put another point. Okay, to the right 3, up 2, I'll put a point there. To the right 3, up 2 is here. All right, now here's what I could do. I'd like another point, just as a check. So do it again. Just start at this point here, go to the right 3, up 2. All right, if I go to the right 3, up 2, I'm here. Or I could do this. You see this form down here? What does that say to do? That says go to the left 3, down 2. All right, so I'm going to come up to maybe this one. Doesn't matter which one, pick one. I'm going to go to the left 3, down 2. So if I go to the left 3, down 2, I'm here. Now all those points sure look like they're on a line, so I think I've got it now. So I'm going to connect them with this straight line as best I can. Kara's got a business here, and her custom tees experience a fixed cost of $400 and variable costs of $2 a shirt. Now we're supposed to write an equation that can be used to determine the total expenses encountered by Kara's custom tees. So let X be the number of shirts. All right, so I'm going to do this. X equals the number of shirts produced, and C of X, now if you want to write Y for now, that's just fine. C of X equals the total cost of producing X number of shirts. Well, here's what we know so far. The total cost, which is C of X. Now, see this? The cost depends on X. C depends on X. The total cost depends on the number of shirts you sell. I'm going to write that down. All right, so I just disappeared and wrote it. But that's, when you see something like this, you can see it as symbols, but it actually has a meaning, right? What is C? That's the total cost, and X is the number of shirts. So it says C depends on X. In this case, the total cost depends on the number of shirts you sell, which makes sense. The more you sell, the more you cost. Now, what we know so far is this, that the total cost is at least $400, right? It's $400 because we have a fixed cost up here at the top, a fixed cost of $400. Just to open up, it costs $400. So the cost is at least this much, but we need to add on what? The cost of producing X shirts. So what am I going to put here? I'm going to think of it this way. If I produce one shirt, it's $12, right? It's $12 for one shirt. Now, it's what? That's $12. Now, if I produce two shirts, it's 12 times 2. That'd be $24. If I produce 3 shirts, it'd be 3 of those 12s, 36. If I produced 4 shirts, all right, it's $48, ... Can you see what this is going to be? It's $12 times what? It's the number of shirts that you sell. So it's $12 times the number of shirts you sell. That's exactly what we're going to put in here. All right, so what goes in there is 12x. So there's our equation. C of x is equal to 400 plus 12x, or better yet, put the variable out in front. I'm going to write it this way. C of x is equal to 12x plus 400. And the second part says calculate the total cost of producing 7 shirts. So I'm just going to come down here. What is x? X is the number of shirts that you produce. So if x is equal to 7, I'll say it up here on the right. When x equals 7, C of 7, right, replace all the x's with 7. I'll put a 7 here, I'll put a 7 here. So this is going to be 12 times 7 plus 400. Now you can probably do this in your head. I'll show you. C of 7 is equal to, well, what do you get? 7 times 2 is 14, so I'm going to get a 14, but then I'm going to have to carry the 1. So then I get 7 times 1 is 7, carry that 1, I get an 8. So this is 84 plus 400. All right, so the cost of producing 7 shirts is $484. All right, now, this is not the answer here, right? We're close, but what I want is this. Here's a question. Calculate the cost of producing 7 shirts. Well, I could write this, but the answer is actually this. Somebody asks you, how much does it cost to produce 7 shirts? You're not going to say this, right? You're not going to say all this. What you're going to say is $484.